Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. Today, I'm going to be covering the Tier 10 special battleship, the Willem De Eerste. I tried my best, but I don't know how to pronounce it because I'm not Dutch. So if I pronounce it incorrectly, you can let me know. But anyway, what is it? It's a new Tier 10 battleship. Well, not really new because it's been out for 2-3 months now, but I just got it, okay? So it's new for me. So that's the important thing. But what is it? It's a steel battleship, 31,000 steel. It's got airstrikes because it's Dutch, of course. It's got speed boost, surprisingly, 8%, which means it does have the function of motor verstärking on a big ship. This is the biggest motor verstärking we've got now because it does cover the biggest tonnage of any ship that has motor verstärking. It has a heel. It has some normal airstrike as well, like depth charge airstrike, which is interesting that they gave both to the battleship, but not to the Guden originally. I don't know if it Guden has now. I think it probably has, actually, because they did say they're going to change that. Oh, so we got a shot off on this Des Moines here. At the start of the game, he's full broadside. Should be a free dev strike for us, but unfortunately we get 0 damage, 3 overpens and 1 pen. I actually restarted the replay there because it actually crashed on me. So if you saw maybe some inconsistencies there with the way I'm talking, that's probably why. But anyway, we got a broadside Hindenburg. We're going to try shoot him. Now, the build I'm using, by the way, after this shot I'll show you, is actually one I got from PQ. Because, of course, he's a battleship player, so I got to steal it from him. But I actually changed one thing. So he normally takes this AA skill on the right here. I took Brisk instead because I like having that top speed advantage. It's up to you what you have. The ship, in my opinion, has a bit of like really good concealment, so you can make use of that extra top speed. For me, at least. Anyway, so that's the build. We'll cover it more detail at the end of the video. But we started shooting some HE here. And you're like, whoa, why? Because, I don't know. I almost gave up on the AP a bit there, but the HE did really well. It did 11,000 damage. We set a fire on this Republic. He instantly DCP'd as per standard. So we're going to shoot him again with high explosive. Hopefully, we're going to try get another fire permanent on him and maybe get some extra damage. So we're going to use our speed boost finally after 4 minutes or 3 minutes. Boom! Double fire, instant. Nice. That's kind of what we wanted. Now, these guns are 419mm guns, which means they are the same gun caliber as something like Conqueror. But that doesn't mean they are the same exact guns as Conqueror, because I don't think they have Conqueror's pen. They do have 47% fire chance, though, with a 24-second reload, which is quite impressive regardless. So the fire chance is pretty good. As you can see, we're getting a lot of fires here. Main battery damage increase. Yes, we are using the Dutch Special Commander Helfrich here, which is going to give me some improved damage on all our ammo types. So this defense gets here. I get excited. I shoot too early. I don't lock onto him, unfortunately. So we probably miss out on a dev strike there. We end up doing 2 over penetrations, which is 0 damage. But we do launch 2 of our airstrikes here. We have 15-kilometer airstrikes. Hopefully we land them on him. He's literally not moving. He's reversing into them, basically. And we land 2 big hits, 14,000, 9,000, and 7,000 combined. So that gave us around 40,000 damage, 35,000 damage. Quite impressive. We're up to 100k in under 5 minutes. So an improved Slava challenge, you could say. But 15 minutes and 30 seconds, we're already up to 100,000 damage, which is pretty good. Now, the Wilhelm playstyle. Personally, so far from playing it, to me it seems like open water kiting style. But don't get me wrong, you can of course go up to a rock and use the airstrike all the time. But I think a mix of both is the best. So you kind of first start off the game pre-kited, see what's going on, and then if you get confident enough, maybe there's no airstrikes on the enemy team or there's no submarines that are going to pick your rock position, then you can push up onto a rock and sit on it and then airstrike with your 15-kilometer airstrike. You can totally do that. But as you see, I'm playing more like, I'm close to the middle, sure, but I'm not playing overly aggressive to try force these airstrikes out, which of course you can try to do. But I think, like I said, a mix of both is the best strategy you can implement, maybe, to try to get the best damage as possible. Because if you play too aggressive too early, you never know what you're going to find. And you know, you could just get island rushed by a destroyer. You could get island rushed by a submarine. You could get, you know, dropped by a CV. In this case, there's no CV, sure, but you can, you know, so you have to be careful. And of course, there are other ships that have airstrike. Now, this defense is going full broadside. You see me swapping to AP here. That means I want to shoot him with my armor piercing. I don't want to airstrike him, actually, because I don't believe I'm going to hit him. So I'm saving my airstrike for something else. But here, the defense, for some reason, chooses to go full broadside. Now, I'm not sure why, because I guess maybe he doesn't expect me to come out behind the rock because I was invisible. But he just got one shot, so we got around 34,000 damage on him there for free, which is really nice. That's actually a triple citadel on him, 14. Well, our citadel damage is actually 14.5k right now because of that improved Hellfrick damage. And, you know, Hellfrick does help out on the ship as well, mostly for that damage increase, right? We want those little percentages. It's going to give us, look, 800 damage per shell. On citadel damage, so that's free damage. I mean, it's always good to get free damage, and it's the only premium battleship for the Dutch, so moving it over from your Houden Leeuw or your Tromp is literally free, so you can just move it over, which is the best thing you can do. So if you do own Hellfrick, you should definitely move it on the Wilhelm, because you don't have to spend any money to move it, because it's a premium ship. Lucky. But anyway, as you can see, there are 2 cows pushing down the flank, and I kind of want to farm them because they are big damage. Big damage. But unfortunately, I'm not that good at aiming these airstrikes, so I try to give it some lead time, and as you can see, it takes 17.6 seconds to lead it, so I'm really bad at leading it, unfortunately, so I'm not going to land any bombs on that one. And I noticed, so I'm going to give it some extra lead on the second drop. But this is a ship a lot of you requested, actually, the Willem De Eerste. I don't know why. I assume it's because it's really good. I made a video on the Irresistible about a week ago. And actually, that was like 4 days ago. But this is the one you guys really wanted to watch, I guess. The Wilhelm. Probably because it's really strong. And as you can see, I have 170k damage with 0 damage taken, basically. It's fairly simple to play. I don't know. Seems like an easy ship to play overall. You just have to know how to lead the airstrike one. And it's mostly about positioning. It's mostly about wanting to know, well, needing to know where to go. Really not hard overall. But if you're less experienced, you might decide to just rush up against rocks all the time and just focus on the airstrikes only. But you have to keep in mind that the guns on the ship are actually pretty decent as well. You've got high penetration on the AP. And you've got pretty decent HE shells overall. With that fire chance of 47%, if things are going to bow into you, you can just damage them for free. So, I like this Republic. So just keep that in mind. But of course, you have to switch ammo types all the time. Well, not all the time, but like when you get a broadside, you shoot AP. When you get angled targets, you're going to shoot HE. It depends if you overmatch them or not, of course. But most of the time, you're not gonna. Now, this GK shot me full broadside here. I panicked for around 2.5 seconds. But luckily, he aimed significantly low, so he hit nothing, which is kind of cool. Because we take no damage. The points are inverted, by the way. So we actually have 700 points, and they have 200 points. So this is pretty much a free win. As you can see, we also have triple cap. We have the whole game on their log. So I think they can't really do anything. Now the GK is running it down. Which is okay, actually. I mean, there's nothing he can do, so the game's over, right? Boom! 0 damage. Actually, we ended up doing double fire there, which is pretty nice. We landed 1 bomb worth of damage. The bomb penetration, by the way, is 46, so we're not going to be able to pen those 50mm armored deck ships or over. But you can pen, for example, Montanas and stuff, and Montanas take a lot of damage against these bombs because you pen them everywhere on the deck, which is really nice. But for example, something like GK, we need to aim for the upper nose, upper aft, and the superstructure. In this case, he's very low, but I'm trying to squeeze out this 1 kill, if possible. And he's 3k. Maybe. And we get him. We sneak the kill at 200k damage, which is pretty nice there. So that's pretty much the game almost. I mean, there is 1 Republic we can try shoot and try get slightly more damage. And maybe there's also a funny Sherman on the 910 line, which we might be able to shoot. Hopefully. But we'll see. So this Republic is running it down, so he's kind of getting smashed by the Salem. We also have the GK shooting him. Stalingrad's reversing maybe to get a shot on him as well. So everyone's shooting him, everyone wants a piece of him. And he just dies, unfortunately. We do get a slight salvo on him. I don't know how much damage that was. I didn't pay attention, but there you go. I just played this game, by the way, around 20 minutes ago. This was the only game I played in Wilhelm today. I logged in today to record a Wilhelm video. And this is what I played. And I was like, oh, perfect. Lucky. But yeah, that's pretty much the game. So let's go take a look at the score. Ha! I lied. There's one more shot. I get one more shot on this Sherman at 11,000 HP. And the game's about to end. And I get him. Nice. We secure a third kill. But that's game. We ended up doing 218,557 damage, 77 shell hits, 28 bomb hits, 2 incaps, 3 kills, 10 fires, 3 citadels, and 1 secondary hit, which is pretty nice. We got devastating strike on the defense, 1 million credits, 8k XP, and 8k free XP. If we take a look at the team score, we got top of our team at 1946 base XP. There you go. Detailed report. We got 67k on that defense with bombers, as you can see, 31k on him, and then 36k from that AP salvo we got on him. 43k on the GK, only 1k on the Sherman, so we definitely stole that Sherman kill. But 80k on the Republic, mostly from fires, I think. No, 25k from fires and 54k from HE. We got 8k on the Colombo. We got 8k on the Des Moines and 7k on the Hindenburg and 0 on the GK, which is really cool. That's our secondary hit. Actually, it did no damage. Our damage distribution is actually pretty even, and this is kind of what you're going to be expecting with the ship, unless you get full broadsides all game. We got a mixture of HE 64k, we got 82k from the AP, 39k from the bombs, and 32k from the fire. So that's quite even distribution. Sometimes, of course, if people are going to be bow-in only, you might have HE only damage. Sometimes you're going to have full broadsides the entire game magically, so you're going to get AP only damage, whatever. But it's always good to be proactive and, of course, try to get positions. But most importantly, switch ammo type as well when the situation calls for it. And this is the credits and XP. So back in the port, as you can see, here's the Willem De Eerste in Rotterdam port, of course, in its home port here. But wait, let's take a look at our commander build. Konrad Hilfrik. So we've got, as I said before, emergency repair specialist, gun feeder, brisk, adrenaline rush, improved repair party readiness, focus firing training, fire prevention expert, and concealment expert. Now, the extra heal could be useful here. We're taking that improved repair party readiness for that extra heal, realistically. Focus firing training, we're taking that instead, I guess you could say, is because we're trying to get better reload time, I think, on our aircraft. It says aircraft preparation time. I'm gonna assume it does improve your airstrike reload time. Yes, it does. It says airstrike armament reload time minus 15%. Really good. Equipment. Sorry, I had to find the line item. For equipment, we got main battery mod 3, concealment system mod 1, airstrike mod 1, aiming system mod 1, engine boost mod 1, and main armaments mod 1. What's nice is, even though we do not have that improved acceleration on the ship, we do have the ability of having the speed boost, and the top speed of the ship is already pretty decent in itself. And with brisk, we don't really require that extra acceleration. That being said, though, if you want, you can go for the extra acceleration. It's up to you. For the armor layout for the Willem De Eerste, we've got really good armor, as you can see. Not really. 32mm armor literally everywhere. Reminds me of a British battleship, because as you can see, it does look something similar to, if we take a look at the British battleship at tier 9. I don't know which one. I think Duncan. It looks very similar to a Duncan, because I think it's very much based on a Duncan. At least that's the idea, right? Or a Scarlet Thunder, both of them. They're kind of the same ships, so kind of similar, kind of different, you know? But it does have the same hull style. For the camouflage, Citadel, of course. You like looking at that one. As you can see, it does sit above the water, so you do have to be careful if you go full broadside, because you might get smashed. Now, in last game's case, we didn't get smashed, because, well, the GK aimed very low, and, well, we didn't really take any damage last game, so it's not really a game where we took any damage. For the exterior camouflage, we've got one. It looks exactly like the Trump camouflage. I think it looks all right. It's not bad. I think it looks all right. Nothing like the Howden Leu original camo, but it's all right. It's simple, but it's good. So we got Willem De Eerste written on the side here to represent the Dutchness. These look like Dido guns. These look like secondary guns. I don't know if there's any other Easter eggs on the Willem, except for, well, I guess the name is not an Easter egg. But yes, there's no Dutch Easter eggs, it looks like, on the Willem De Eerste. Unfortunate, but there it is. It's cool. At least it has his name written on it. For the actual price of the ship, if I were to click on the armory, and then we go to scroll down to ships, if it were to load ships, and then we click the steel. It's a steel ship, of course, so we click steel. It is 31,000 steel, guys. The Willem De Eerste. 31,000 steel. And let's see, what other steel battleships are there for you guys to pick from? So we got Incom, Mecklenburg, Shikishima, Lauria, and Bourgogne. Yes, those ones. And I mean, it's up to you what you guys are gonna pick. There's a lot of steel ships now. You know, back in my day, there was only one. Now there's 50, so you get the luxury of the choice. Ooh, what's this one? Amiral Lartigue. Should I play this one day? I don't know. I don't own it, so I don't know if I should. You guys let me know. But it looks a bit funny. It has planes, so I don't think so, actually. But I guess you guys will decide. But anyway, that is the Willem De Eerste. Nice. For my progress on the dockyard, if you guys are interested, which you guys are probably not interested, I am on level 5 of the Laffy. You will get a Laffy video once I finish grinding the Laffy, but that's gonna take a while, so because I have to do it the legit way. So we're on level 5. We're doing a good progress, but you're gonna have to give me some time, because as you can see, I'm doing the dockyard missions. We're on level 2. Because level 3 unlocks in 6 days. So there you go. But it's the Willem De Eerste. Do I recommend the Willem De Eerste? If you like the airstrike playstyle of the Dutch cruisers and you really want a Dutch battleship, then yes, of course you should get the Willem De Eerste. It's a good ship, actually. It's pretty strong. It has good concealment. It has good top speed. It has decent guns. They're not like something crazy, but they're decent guns. And they got good HE, and like the AP is okay. And you got airstrike ability, you know, 15-kilometer airstrike. So you're going to be able to use those airstrikes in those situations. You also have the ability of taking Conrad Helfrich, which is going to give you these 3 upgrades. If you do own Conrad Helfrich, you should definitely put it on the Willem, because even if you want to play Howden Leu or Utrecht, you can just move the captain for free from one of those ships to the Willem and then move it back for free to one of those ships. So you should definitely put it on this one if you own Conrad and you own the Willem. But that's pretty much it. Now, my recommendation, I think, like I said, if you like the Dutch cruiser playstyle, you like airstrikes, you like, you know, running around maybe, this could be a fun ship to play. If you really don't like airstrikes at all, maybe consider just playing something else maybe. There are a lot of ships at tier 10 that I would say, if without the airstrike excluded, can have a similar playstyle to the Willem. So, but yeah, just keep that in mind. I mean, it's a good ship though. It's a good ship. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the Willem. Do let me know what ship you want me to cover next in the next video. So that's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next one. Big fan.